get the charger. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we GMS Louisiana Saints coming at you with another live lesson. But before we get started, we're going to face these. And we're going to give all honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Harakakadash.
All right, dub honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to you, Akim, especially this truth and sincerity. All right, we're out here in another week. And, we're going through, different trials and tribulations, all right, and infirmities, the different things that we face in the world, man, all right. But through all of that, all right, we have to rejoice, stay humble, all right, and endure the afflictions that the Lord, put on us, man, all right, while we out here in these chains of darkness, all right.
All right. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 13. It says, "And I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travail hath the Most High given to the sons of man to be exercised therewith."
That's right, man. So the Lord has given us these swords, all right, which is these trials and different things that we may face in the world, all right, to exercise us through the Spirit, all right, so that it may strengthen us, man, all right, whatever those things may be. Can we get that definition, travail? Sword travail?
I'm going to read it for you again now. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 13. "And I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travail hath the Most High given to the sons of man to be exercised therewith."
Man, so that we may be exercised therewith, man. All right, and I got you got it up.
All right, this is the word travail. All right, Strong's H6045, and it says Ainayan, and it says occupation, task, job.
Get it on Google? You got to look at more on Google.
All right. One second.
This is our job. The Most High calls it a sword job, a sword occupation. Because when you're dealing with all the knowledge that's under the sun, all right, good and evil, we've given our heart to know those things, but yet we follow after righteousness. And that's a sword travail, man.
Even in that,
You got it.
saying, even within the Lord giving you all of this, like the brother said, that's a sword travail too, man, because now you know that you can't eat certain things, all right, the water is defiled, the air is defiled, all of these are burdens upon your head to be worrying about, man, all right. So, the scriptures say with much knowledge is much grief. So the more that you know, all right, the more of a heavy mind you be, man, because that's the reason why people are so careless and oblivious to what's going on, because they don't have any wisdom, no understanding. They freely going and doing whatever they want to, man, without a care in the world, because they don't really know anything. But you got it out. All right.
Yeah, and if I may say, to back you up, because a lot of our people, they like to live a lifestyle of ignorance and carelessness, because they know, our people know and understand in the back of their heads that if they were to come to the realization of how wicked this society is and how low and decrepit their lifestyles is, then it's going to basically stress them out, because they're going to realize that they need to stop doing certain things that they're doing, they need to stop eating certain things that they're eating. Okay, and so our people like to get into these other things that are against the scriptures to basically numb themselves from you know, understanding how bad that situation is, you know. But this is the definition of the word travail from Google. It says painful, painful or laborious effort. And then
Read it one more time for me,
all right, now the definition of the definition of the word travail from Google, it says painful or laborious effort. Now I'm gonna jump down to the origin where it gives you the etymology of the word and whatnot. It says origin, Latin tres, three, palace, stake. Okay, then when you go down, it says medieval Latin trapalium, and it says instrument of torture. Instrument of torture.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. You got it, bro.
the Lord pretty much chastening your spirit, man. All right, putting you through that fire. All right, putting you to the test to see if you're gonna stay firm in this thing, or if you're gonna let go. All right, and let the burdens of the world, you know, pretty much uh, 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 accuse the truth, man, and you fall out. All right.
Yeah. Most High seeing how you gonna deal with a loss, man. Seeing how you gonna deal with losing your job, how you gonna deal with having little funds, how you gonna deal with the infirmity the Most High put on you, man. That's why the title of the video is the undefeated champion YAHAWASHI is in our corner, man. Because we want to take losses on this side, loss after loss after loss, but ultimately, what do we have to fall back on? YAHAWASHI is the undefeated champion, man. Who's gonna speak and intervene on our behalf, man, and make intercession for us. Be that counselor on our behalf when these perilous times come about, man, which we're in right now. I got one I got that Ecclesiastes 1, but I'm gonna jump to 2 right quick because it's backing y'all point up. Ecclesiastes 2 and 26, it says, for the Most High giveth to a man that is good in his sight, wisdom and knowledge and joy. See, that's the difference. We have a travail, we have a painful task set ahead, but the Most High has given us wisdom and knowledge and understanding through this travail, man. But it's a difference between a sinner going through a travail. That's what it's going to say. It says, but to the sinner he giveth travail to gather and to heap up, that he may give to him that is good before the Most High. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit, man. So that sinner he'll go through a travail, but what is the ultimate conclusion of that? And who is he backed by? The world, Esau, Edom, all right? That image of Baal, that Karagma, all right? That's what Jacob's gonna take his stance on, man. Jacob's just waiting for Esau to implement that Revelation 13 and 16. So Jacob say, this is what I'm back behind. This is my undefeated champion. We got YAHAWASHI as our undefeated champion, man. So don't get confused with the things that is going on in the world right now, man. Food shortages, World War III hiking and up, martial law, civil war. All right, don't get it confused. We're gonna take the ultimate W. Yeah, we may seem in the sight of man to be trodden down, to have an infirmity, right? To have no job, to have little funds in their pocket. But no, man, the Lord doesn't see that. The Lord sees the work that we're putting out for Him. You got it, bro.
I got a scripture to back you up, buddy.
You got it, bro.
All right, real quick. This is Ecclesiasticus. All right, so Rock, chapter 4, verse 21. For there is a shame that bringeth sin, and there is a shame which is glory and grace. So, you know, to back up the brother Wadi, okay, a sinner goes through travail and shame, but ultimately towards what end? For destruction. Okay, because all those things, you know, all the travails that a sinner will goes through, okay, is ultimately judgment from the Lord. But on the flip side, the godly man, okay, the righteous man goes through a period of travail and shame, but it's all for the purpose of what? Glory. You know, for him to come out as the you know, the so-called diamond in the rough, so to speak. Okay, to come out as a champion, all right, and ultimately overcome all his travails. Okay, just as for example, look at YAHAWASHI. You know, YAHAWASHI to go through a lot of travails and tribulations and trials, all right, and ultimately go up on that cross in order for what? For him to ultimately, you know, finish his work and to go back into the heavens and receive his glory. Okay?
Yeah, man. Our walk is totally different from the walk of a sinner, man. All right, a sinner is just in a reprobate 360 full circle of wickedness, not knowing what the hell is going on, man. We see what's going on. That's why the scripture say you wise man fall it and then he get up again, man. That's our life. We learn from our mistakes, but how do we learn? We don't go through the manual that you fix a bike or a tricycle. We go through this manual, man. The manual of the Lord. It's 2nd Ezra 16, and it says, let me start at 19. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. And amendment means to change, man, to be subject to change. So the Most High is sending those things out ultimately to destroy America, but it's ultimately to get you 2/3 right, man. To get your eyes in the sight of what the Most High has planned and who the Lord really is, man. Because y'all don't want to hearken unto the prophets, all right? So we're going to go out on the highways and byways and preach out of this holy Bible. And the things that are going to come to pass for sinners are, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And we're mindful of the scourges, man. That's why we say, oh, man, now I'm feeling bad. Oh, it comes from the Most High. Damn, I wrecked my car. Damn, I did this, da-da-da. The Most High is controlling everything. We see the bigger purpose. Oh, well, the Most High might have been keeping me from something down the line, man. Keeping me away from something. All right? That's why I went through that. A nigga will go through something and say, man, damn, F God. F the Most High. Why me? Like Boosie, man. Yeah. All right? We don't handle business like niggas, man. We handle business like men of the Lord, like spiritual men. You got it, bro. I know you have it.
This is Sirach 2:1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not in haste in time of trouble, man. All right? And making not haste in time of the trouble is praying to the Lord, asking the Lord to strengthen you through, your trial. All right? Whatever you may be facing. All right? Asking them, just to basically, be that for you, man. All right? Be that rock for you, man. All right? A nigga would, like the brother was just now saying, man, a nigga would, lean into their own understanding and try to find some other way, man, because they think that the Lord, all right, ditched them, man. All right? That the Lord, they don't believe in the Lord, man. They don't believe in the power of the Lord, man. All right? It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest increase and thy last. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. All right. So when we're changed to a lower state, man, we're leaning to the Lord, man. And again, not into our own understanding. All right. If we short on a bill, all right, we pray to the Lord, man. We're not gonna go out there and sell drugs to our people, or do something carnal like that, man. All
That's
right.
a nigga solution, man. Look at what Job went through, man.
Right.
The Most High called Job a righteous and faithful servant. Is there any like him throughout the planet Earth? And look what the Most High took Job through, man. He took him through the ringer, man. Smit him with boils, took his substance away from him, his family. But in all those things, Job didn't curse the Most High, man. He stayed faithful to the Most High because he ultimately knew. That's why Job said, standing out loud in the latter days. He knew he would be back to see YAHAWASHI, man. To see that undefeated champion and to glory in that, man. That's what we're waiting on. We're taking L's all day, man. Brothers got alerts on their phone right now that are L's, man. Just waiting to pop up, man. Oh, damn, this bill. Oh, damn, didn't get that job. Oh, damn, this payment, this subject, this payment. But we're going to get that ultimate win in the end, man. It's just about long suffering and enduring, man. Putting that pride to the side, man. You got one, bro?
I still got a little bit.
I got one. This is Job 1. I'm going to start at 1 and I'm going to jump down. It's Job 1 and 1. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job. And that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared the Most High and eschewed evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. So he feared the Most High and eschewed evil. That's righteous in the eyes of the Most High, man. fear the Lord, because the fear of the Lord is a prerequisite for wisdom. So if you fear the Lord, you're going to understand things. You're going to understand how the Lord works. You're going to deal with wisdom to know that when you're taking a so-called worldly L, that's only the Most High testing your faith, man. All right? It says his substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels and 500 yoke of oxen and 500 she-asses in a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the East. So not only did Job have faith, not only was he perfect and upright, but he had substance, land. He had money according to the scriptures, man. So in that time frame, he was balling, man. He was everything that the Most High looked for, because he was perfect and upright, and what everybody else around him could have looked for, because he had substance, man. So look what the Most High took him through. It says, all right, I'm going to jump down. It says, Job 1:8. It says, verse 6, it says, now there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And that's a key indication that Job was a son of the Most High, man. All right? Before the flood, the antediluvian period, man. All right? It says, and the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down it, right? Because 2 Corinthians 11 tells you that what? Satan is an angel of light, man. He walks to and fro doing the bids of the Lord, man. This is a system. This is a spiritual structure, man. You got Satan on the left-hand side that comes and chastises the sons of God, which are us, the fallen angels, so-called fallen angels, right? The men of the Lord, coming doing deeds. Oh, this brother, let's see, put this infirmity on him, put him in this predicament to see if he's going to worship the Most High or is he going to worship Mammon. All right? And that's the ultimate test. It says, and the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth the Most High and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, doth Job fear the Most High for nothing? Hast thou not made an hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the field. So Satan, which was ultimately controlled by the Most High, so the Most High is making Satan even say those things that he's saying, man. Satan is questioning and saying, well, you got the hedge around Job, you protecting his house, you protecting his land. It's easy for him to be perfect and upright because you're always surrounding him. You're always guiding him. Take that hedge away from him, and he's going to curse you. That's what the Most High, that's what Satan said to the Most High. And the Most High, look what he's going to say. It says, and the Lord would put forth hand now and touch all that he had, and he will curse thee to thy face. So Satan ultimately challenged the Most High, but the Most High put that spirit on Satan to do that, to prove the Most High's point, man, that Job was perfect and upright. All right? It says, and the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he had is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. So the Most High said, I give you into the hands, I give Job into the hands of you, but spare his life. Don't take his life. Chastise him, test him, question him, take everything from him. That's what he's doing to the elect right now, man. Questioning us, questioning our faith, the fiery trial, the sore travail, man, to see if we're fit for the kingdom of heaven, man. If we're fit to rule, if we're fit to be a judge, a priest, a king, to rule over these heathen, man. That's what it comes down to. So we question ourselves in the flesh and say, man, why am I going through this, Lord? What's going on in my body? What's going on in my life right now? It's in shambles. I'm shipwrecked, like the Apostle Paul said, man. But ultimately, we know that the Most High is controlling every step, every second, man. The Most High controls how the wind moves, how the breeze moves, man. So how much more, the scriptures tell you he numbers the hairs on our head, man. So how much more our daily struggles? It says, I'm going to jump down. I want to be long, but it says, Job 1:20, I'm going to jump down. It says, then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshiped and said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return hither. The Lord gave, and the Lord had taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. In all this, Job sinned not, nor charged YAHAWASHI foolishly, man. So the Most High, so Job said, "What, man? Lord, you took this all away from me. It's in your hands. You gave it to me, and you gave me substance. That's in your hands as well. Blessed be the Lord, man. The Lord that controls good and evil. And then all those things that Job went through, man, he sinned not. Neither did he curse the Most High, and that's synonymous to the lot of the men of the Lord, the elect, man. All the things that we go through, the hell, the Most High is dragging us to our lowest right now, man. To the ends, like Jake said, the ends of the world, man. He's taking everything out of us, man. But in all those things, we sin not, and we don't charge against the Most High, man. We say, bless YAHAWASHI Yahushua. Call all YAHAWASHI Yahushua. We dwell in our infirmities, man. You got it, bro.
Did you get that? James 5:10?
No, I didn't bring it up. You got it. All right.
This is backing up the brother with his scripture. Speaking to Job, it says, because the brother just brought it out. All right, it says, we count them happy which endure. You have heard the patience of Job.
What scripture you read?
James 5:11.
Speak a little bit up. Speak up a little bit up.
This is James 5:11, backing up what the brother just now was reading. All right, it says, behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard the patience of Job, and have seen the end
Yeah.
of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy, man. All right?
You got it.
So it says that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy, man. All right? So through all
Read
that,
it one more time, man. That was beautiful, bro.
this is James.
Job was a patriarch, man. Patriarch is a male head, all right? Job, we look and go back and revert to the story of Job in our daily struggles, all right? As well as plenty of countless amounts of men of the Lord that went through the same things for the sake of the Lord, man. They didn't go through it for Burger King, man, or Hollywood, or a rap deal, 360 rap deal, man. They went through it for the word and power of YAHAWASHI Yahushua to see these times right now. Job is back here on the planet Earth, man. You got it, bro.
This is James 5:10. Take my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. All right. So as the brother was just now reading, man, all those things taken away. All right. Was a form of being afflicted. All right. Being brought to a lower state, him ripping his clothes, cutting his hair. All right. All that is what to grow you up in experience, man. All right. It says, behold, you count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, and the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy, man. All right. So ultimately, what, man? The Lord blessed Job, man. All right. 100-fold for everything that he lost, man. All right.
So, right. For everything that he lost, man, he got it back. So what's a vehicle? What's a mortgage? What's a house, man? Yes, we need those things to ultimately, come on now, let's make sense. We need those things ultimately to push the word out, a roof over our head. None of the men of the Lord are stranded under a bridge, man. All right? But in the essence of things, what are those things compared to the glory that waits for us ahead, man? It's nothing. So we don't chase that on this side, man. We're actually given warnings in the scriptures that speak against chasing those things, man. A double-minded man is unstable in his ways. You can't serve the Most High and Mammon, all right? Receive ye not the spirit of the world. We're giving warnings against that way of life, man. So that's what we promote and push. We promote and push the underdog story, the story of being counted out, coming down, being down 1,000 points and running the score back up and hitting a buzzer beater, man. That's our life story, man. So you damn right we're going to catch L's and gladly receive them, man. And bless the Lord when we do take a L. Or when we do take, or we do have pains or infirmities that bother us, man. We bless the Lord. Because he brought those things upon us to chastise us. You got it, Amani. So damn funeral. Let the dead bury the dead, man.
I got two precepts actually. You got it. All right. The first one, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 2. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Now, the main point I want to go to in the scripture.
If I can say real quick, and Job was an ignorant man. In order to be perfect and upright in the eyes of the Most High, you have to be dealing with wisdom. You have to be wise, man. The Most High not gonna just take a bonehead Jake and just say, man, well, you know, he's perfect and upright. Nah, man, you gotta be viewed in your ways as perfect and upright to the Most High, man. Job dealt with wisdom, therefore he wasn't ignorant of Satan's device. That's why he knew when he was getting chastised, it wasn't coming from Satan, it was coming from the Lord ultimately. You got it, bro.
All right, Khan. Now, this is the definition of the word Satan. In 2 Corinthians 2 and 11, it says Strong's G4567, Satanas. And I'm going to go straight to the point. All right, under definition, Roman numeral 1, okay, definition 1, Roman numeral 4, it says, by his demons, he is able to take possession of men and inflict them with diseases. All right, so Satan was given.
One more time, Mark.
God, it says, definition 1, Roman numeral 4, by his demons, he is able to take possession of men and inflict them with diseases.
Wickedness in high places, man. That's how Satan deals, man. The scriptures call him the prince of the air, man. Satan will come in the midst and try to divide and conquer, man. Oh, let me put this thought in his mind, but ultimately, who's really putting that thought? Who's sending Satan on that task, man? The Most High, to see if you're steady in your ground in the faith. Okay, well, Satan coming through there. Are they gonna go back and be mindful of the scriptures? Or are they gonna act out in the flesh? You got it, bro.
Yeah, God. So, pursuant to the definition that I just read, Satan, through, the power of the Most High on the left-hand side, has the power to send his demons, okay, his angels on the left-hand side to, inflict men with diseases. And, the prophet Job was a prime example of that, okay? But despite that, okay, as the brother Wadia was making a point, Job wasn't ignorant of that thing, because he understood that it was ultimately the Most High that struck him with those those diseases and infirmities and sicknesses and whatnot, those boils, okay, those nightmares that he was having in his dreams and whatnot. But you understand that the way that the Most High went about it was through the spiritual demon Satan, okay. But despite all of that, as I just read, Job still remained his integrity in his faith, because ultimately Job was, the epitome of the men of the Lord and all the things that we go through in these latter times, which when you look up the definition of the word epitome, it means a perfect example of something, or someone.
Embodying that.
Right.
Embodying that. Representing it entirely, man.
That's right.
Beautiful, bro. Hey, let me back you up real quick if you don't mind.
Yeah, you got
Job 2, and I'm going to start at this passage right here from the top of Job, the second chapter, is basically reiterating the first chapter. All right? It's Job 2, and I'm going to start at verse 3. It said, and the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth the Most High and escheweth evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity. What the brother just brought out, integrity meaning what? Whether you on the, well, you can liken that onto this time as to where whether you on the camera and off the camera, you're the same person. Yeah. Carrying that high morale characteristics, not letting anything bend, break, or fold you in the world, man. That's what Job did. Through all the things he was going through, which is going to say the boils, the smiting, the chastising of the mind, man. He never turned away from the Lord. He blessed the Lord and exalted the Lord, man. How much integrity is that? It says, and Satan answered the Lord and said, thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. And answered the Lord and said, skin for skin, yea, all that a man hath he will give for his life. And that's when Satan comes in and ultimately says to us, all that you have, you're going to give it for your life. You're not going to waste your life here in America for this truth. You're not going to waste your job. You're not going to let go of your livelihood. You're not going to forsake these things for the Most High. You're going to give in. You're going to break. You're going to fold. But it says, but put forth thine hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, here is thine hand, but save his life. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown, man. So, and then it said Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord, man. Went forth. So Satan goes in front of the Lord in his presence and out of his presence on certain duties and tasks, man, going back and forth. So the Lord and Satan communicate, oh, this is what he's doing. Look at what he's doing, Lord. He's being like this on the camera. When he get off the camera, he's doing this. Oh, do you really think he love you, Lord? And the Lord just waiting. He controlling the whole thing. Like, you just don't know, man. I'm chastising him for him to ultimately get that crown of life, man. The Lord ultimately knows our destinies, man. Satan is just an angel of the Lord, man. A dark-skinned angel, man. And when Elder goes into this, when it's all said and done, man, Satan gonna be like, hey, man, I was just doing what the Lord did, man. Look what the Lord sent me on, man. I'm just a messenger for the Lord. I saw you in those circumstances, and I was pushing the issue, and the Lord was like, man, hey, just wait on me. Ultimately, man, that's order. You got it, bro. You got it.
This is the second precept that I had, because ultimately, Satan, even though the word Satan itself, means adversary, but ultimately in the grand scheme of things, Satan is not, really an adversary or an opposition against the Most High. He's just created to, do the things that, that are against his ways.
Mm-hmm. But, and that's a spiritual system, bro, because in a story you have what? Heroes, you have villains, you have ones that are working towards this agenda in the story and one's working towards that, man. Ultimately, Satan wants us to win, but he's just doing the bids of the Most High, man. He's in order. Satan's in complete order, man. You got it, man.
Yeah. All right. Now, this is the second precept that I had. Just a quick one. This is back in Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 1, verse 23. A patient man will tear for a time, and afterward joy. Let me read that again. This is Sirach, chapter 1, verse 23. A patient man will tear for a time, and afterward joy shall spring up unto him. So the men of the Lord right now, we're waiting patiently for the Lord to come back and deliver us and get us up out of the hands of our enemies in his system, and ultimately get us up out of these corruptible, fleshly bodies. Okay, but, in the meantime, we're tearing, we're sighing and crying, we're going through hell, we're going through things, whether it be financially, okay, health-wise, whatever the case may be, family-wise. But ultimately, if we, continue to remain patient and disciplined, all right, and hold our integrity and stand in our faith, okay, just as our forefather Job did, then ultimately it says, and afterward joy shall spring up unto him. So after, so in the end of it, okay, if we endure to the end, we're gonna be in joy. Okay, joy is gonna spring unto us, all right, because it's ultimately gonna lead to us receiving that salvation and receiving that glory and getting beamed up into the chariots, all right, receiving the new bodies and receiving the new covenant, okay, and being joint heirs with YAHAWASHI in the kingdom, all right, and ruling over the heathen nations, okay. But that was it on that.
Mm-hmm. That's right. You got it, bro.
This is Hebrews 12 and 6. It says, for whom the Lord loved, he chastened, and scorned every son whom he received. All right. Verse 7 it says, if ye endure chastening of Yahweh, dealeth with ye as the sons, for what son is whom?
Can I say something real quick? Whom the Lord loveth, he chastised, man. See, Jake don't know about that. 2/3 of our people, they think love is money. They think love is success. They think love is a gift. But the scriptures tell you a gift destroys the heart, man. They think love is a promotion, man. But love to the Lord is chastising, testing,
Tough love. Yeah.
bringing you bringing you through circumstances that make you uncomfortable, that show who you truly are when your back is against the wall, man. Because when Jake, and we see it all the time, man, 2/3 of our people, so-called Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes, when their backs are against the wall, all right, the scriptures tell you your brother is born in adversity. When their backs are against the wall, what do? They cop out to Esau. They go back to the world. They endure for a moment, but when tribulation comes, what do? They give it all up, man. Everything that they were rooted in is unrooted, man. We want to be rooted into the end. We don't want to just come around and this thing be a phase, man. This is not a phase to the men of the Lord, man. If we be of that number, this is our livelihood. These men are talking about us, man. We are these men that we're talking about, man. That's heavy. We're in a world where we're constantly put in situations not for our own personal satisfaction, but the satisfaction of the Lord, man. To satisfy the Lord if we be of that number. So we gotta think about that when we deal with bumps and bruises and scrapes, man. And scourges and blows. Are you taking scourges and blows to inherit that airship with YAHAWASHI? Are you taking scourges and blows so you could be the next up and coming rapper, man? The next up and coming lean drinker, man. The next up and coming famous 2/3, man. You got it, bro.
All right, this is Hebrews 12 and 11. Now, no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. All right.
So, exercise thereby.
Yeah, man. So, as the scriptures say, man, these things exercise us. All right. It makes us tougher, man. Each and every battle. All right. Conditioning us to the battle. The battle, the spiritual battle that we face, man, is conditioning us for the the tougher road ahead, man. All right.
I got one back in you up, man. This is Second Timothy, the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2. I'm gonna start at. This is 2 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 4. It says, no man, I'm going to start at 3. It says, therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of YAHAWASHI Mashiach. You got it, bro. It says, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who had chosen him to be a soldier.
That's right, man. No man warreth himself with the affairs of this life, man. All right. Lord, going through these things, these trials and these tribulations. Can you read that one more time? Give up.
Kind of 2 Timothy 2 and 3. It says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of YAHAWASHI Mashiach. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who had chosen him to be a soldier.
That's right, man. All right. So we don't entangle ourselves with the affairs of this life, man. All right. We stay locked in with these scriptures, man. Staying spiritual, man. Because if not, we'll get overthrown, man. All right, by the cares of this world. All right.
I'm gonna jump down to 2 Timothy 2, and I'm gonna start at 10. It says, therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in YAHAWASHI with eternal glory. Right, man. And YAHAWASHI endured all things, man. Perfect in the flesh, flawless victory, undefeated. So that we, ultimately, it says, that they may also obtain the salvation. That's the biggest, YAHAWASHI took the biggest L. So what, have we been slain, beaten butt naked to a pulse, man? Spit on, made to drink gall, piss, slandered, asking, where's Yahweh? Where's Yahweh? You're the king of the Jews, right? If you're the king of the Jews, come down off that cross right now. Knowing YAHAWASHI could have done it, he had patience and took that ultimate L so we could receive it. So we could receive the kingdom, man. So everything we're facing is small compared to what YAHAWASHI did. And if you believe in the story, you believe in YAHAWASHI, you got to keep pushing, man. Yeah, it's going to be hard. But the Most High showing his love by us when we go through those things, when we get the aches and the pains, when we get that email that says, unfortunately, we've chosen another candidate. Unfortunately, you're late on this bill. Unfortunately, you've not been accepted to this. We don't want to get acceptance from the world, man. We want that. Fortunately, you're a son of the Most High, pertaining to Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, man. Oh, how he is numbered among the saints. We want that type of accreditation. We don't want accreditation from the world, man. Because in order to be accredited and seen as something of value of the world, you got to bend over, you got to color your hair, you got to paint your nails, you got to be feminine. You can't be masculine. You got to be a beta. You can't be an alpha. The Most High said, I'm the alpha and omega, man. You can't compromise yourself. You can't compromise this truth for the world, man. You're going to fail every time, and it's going to show. You got it, bro. Y'all brothers got it.
All right. Real quick, I looked up the word hardships from 2 Timothy 2. 2 Timothy 2 and verse 3. All right. Now, this is the definition of the word hardness from 2 Timothy 2 and 3. It says, I'm going to let this play real quick.
Strong's G 2553. Carcapatheo.
Hopefully our brothers just heard that. All right. So now it says to suffer, endure evils, hardships, troubles, to be afflicted. Okay, basically, a simple definition. To endure afflictions, to endure evils. Okay, because just like, for example, Jake, that's in the sports world, whether it be football, basketball, track, whatever. Jake likes to have a saying, no pain, no gain. Okay, no pain, no gain, because Jake understands the concept in the sports world that in order to receive that glory, in order to receive,
go through something.
in order to get them rings, in order to lift up that trophy, you got to go through something. You got to go through trials, tribulations, blood, sweat, and tears. For us, as the hopeful men of the Lord in these latter days in His ministry, this truth is our sport. This is our professional sport. We're professionals. Okay, professionals. Preaching the word, basically doing the work of the Lord. Okay, so just as Jake in the sports world understands, okay, no pain, no gain. Well, we understand that very same concept on a whole nother level with this truth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Pretty much
and
it.
Jake will go through something. Jake will say no pain, no gain. He'll say tough it out. All right. In order to get to that next level. And then when he's won a championship, what did Jake say? I'm the GOAT. I'm this, I'm that. I'm this time champion, that time champion. I'm a legend, going to the Hall of Fame. We don't want to go to the damn Hall of Fame, man. We don't want a statue in the middle of town square, man. We want the kingdom of heaven, point blank, period, man. It's nothing you can give to us on this side that can compare to the riches ahead, man. So backing the brother point up, no pain, no gain. We have to go through that travail, which the brother brought out, goes into that laborious pain, man. We're laboring in pain knowing that what? Our lives might be at risk. But ultimately, YAHAWASHI went through the biggest risk. He went through the greatest travail, man. The greatest labor. Ultimately for us, man. And that's what's most important. You got something else?
Yeah, I got a precept. Because like the scripture says in the book of Acts, through much tribulation we shall what? Enter into the kingdom
of heaven.
That's right.
Much tribulation.
Yeah, very much. Like a time like no other. It said, all right, this is Philippians chapter 3, verse 7. And this is the Apostle Paul speaking right here. He says, but what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Mashiach. All right, verse 8. Yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Mashiach YAHAWASHI, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Hamashiach. So basically, everything that the Apostle Paul lost, okay, to be accepted in the faith, to be counted as an apostle, or to magnify his office unto the Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners, okay, everything that he lost, according to the circumcision, according to that old covenant, he counted it but dung, because ultimately those things, the things of the circumcision, the things of the old covenant, did not, grant the Apostle Paul salvation. So he counted those things dung in the world, but he counted it all gain, all the things that he lost, he counted it gain for YAHAWASHI, to gain YAHAWASHI, because he ultimately understand that all the tribulations that he went through was going to lead to YAHAWASHI, basically, delivering him and giving him his reward. All right.
The scriptures tell you, back to the point of, if the basically rough paraphrase, that old covenant was perfected, it would have not been sought out for a new one, which is YAHAWASHI, man, that new covenant. So that's how we're made perfected, ultimately through our faith, man. We have faith. You have to have faith to ultimately, going back to that Job example, you getting smited with swords from head to toe. You getting all your land, all your substance, your children taken away from you. You have to have faith to say, man, bless the Lord at the end of the day. Call Allah YAHAWASHI to know that came from the Lord, man. That's the ultimate faith right there, man. YAHAWASHI had the ultimate faith, man. Abraham, Moses, going out into the wilderness, knowing which other way he goeth, man. Trusting in the Lord to part the Red Sea, man. We're trusting in the Lord right now in the time of the second Exodus, for us to be delivered out of here, man. On those chariots. You got it, I'm wise.
This is Romans 8 and 18. It says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature."
Right. If I could say this, the suffering of this present time is not worthy for the things that are going to be blessed and bestowed upon us in the kingdom. And let's go a little bit before the kingdom. This suffering at this present time is not enough to be worthy for us to get spiritual powers, man. We're going to get spiritual powers, Lord willing, we're on this side, man. We're going to be performing miracles, man. That's glorying in the Most High before we even get beamed up on those chariots, man. So what's a, and that's not to say anything about any brother's particular situation, because I have infirmities, this brother has infirmities, the brother behind the camera has things he deals with, man. Whether on all levels. That's not to say a brother's situation is smaller than mine. That's to say that the overall goal is for us to put whatever's going on with us to the side and think about what YAHAWASHI went through, man. Think about what the men of old, the men of ancient times went through. Take that in us and let it fuel us to carry on, man, and to be stronger. You got it, bro. You can jump down to 35 when you're done, man. And read down. All right, it's a banger too.
It's verse 35. "Who shall separate us from the love of a Mashiach? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril?"
One more time, man. Because that's things we all go through, man. Apostle Paul was going through those things, man. But ultimately, the mindset was to let none of those things separate us from the Lord. We're going to go through, this is just a tip of the iceberg of the things we're going to go through. The brother brought it out. Much tribulation, man. We're going to go through holy hell to get that crown. You got it, bro.
This is reading again. This is Romans 8 and 35. "But who shall separate us from the love of a Mashiach? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter.
All the day long, man.
Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that love us." Man. All right. So again, it says, we're slaughtered all the day long, man, by all these different things, as the brother was saying, and as the scripture says, all right, that we be facing, man. All right. All right. Each brother is facing different situations, man, according to, their lot, man. All right, because one brother can take something that another brother can't, and that brother may be able to take something that another brother can't, man. All right, it's vice versa, man. But whatever your lot is, the Lord has given you a measure, man. All right, and all these things that we face, man, are what, man? We're more than conquerors, man. All right, because
Yes.
what we're facing these adversities head on, and we continue to endure in the truth, man. We don't just give up and say, man, I'm tired of doing this. This is a burden. All right, I'm going through this, and this is, I could be doing this or that. No, man, you gotta stay. You gotta endure, man, and fight demons. All right, fight wicked thoughts. All right, and just continue to push on, man.
Agreed.
All right.
Yep. You got it. Yes, man.
It says, "For I am, for I am persecuted, that neither death nor life,
Persuaded.
for I am persuaded that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh, which is in Mashiach, Yahawashai, our Lord." Right, you got that.
Yeah, man. You got one back. You up. It's 1 Corinthians 15 and 30. And why stand we in jeopardy every hour? We're in jeopardy, man. Literally. It says, I protest by your rejoicing, which I have in Yahweh Shah Mashiach, our Lord, I die daily. If after the manner of men I have fought with beasts at Ephesus, right, when we fight with beasts, man, we go out on the highways and byways, deal with all types of madness, man. Does that stop or deter us from keep coming out on the highways? No, man. Romans 3 and 3. What if some do not believe? It says, if after the manner of men I have fought with beasts at Ephesus, what advantage it me if the dead rise not? Let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we die, man. So ultimately, we're doing this for the hopeful elect, man. All right. If what advantage us if the dead rise not, man? Our advantage is bringing fruit in and having them remain. That's what the Lord wants, man. The Lord wants to see that persistent, consistent resilience inside of you, man. That flame that burns. The scriptures even tell you, I would rather ye hot or cold, because if thou lukewarm, I will spew thee out of thy mouth, man. The Lord wants you to keep coming out and giving due diligence, man, whether you hurting or not. Because at any moment's notice, the Lord can take that pain away from you, man. And you'll be a testament and a testimony to show the glory of the Lord and his power, man. You got it, brother.
I got 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 8, and I wanted to read down to 18, if that's all right.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
Okay, come. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, and I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, we are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken.
Notice the ultimatum. Trouble. One more time, bro.
Now, 2 Corinthians 4, verse 8. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed.
Not distressed. Trouble, but not distressed. Go ahead.
We are perplexed, but not in despair.
Perplexed, but not in despair, man. Down, but not out.
That's
because
what
ultimately,
that's what I was going to say.
that's basically what it's saying, bro. Yeah. We're down because ultimately we're slaves. Yeah. We're captives. Yeah. If you don't think you're a slave, all right, well, 2/3, but I'm speaking of men of the Lord. We know our condition, man. We're in hell, but we're down, but not out, man. We're getting delivered at last. We're getting beat against the ropes, punches, eyes closed, man. But guess who's finna come with that haymaker? YAHAWASHI, man. You got it,
Verse 9, persecuted but not forsaken, cast down but not destroyed, always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord YAHAWASHI.
Always keeping in mind what YAHAWASHI went through. And it's nothing, and when you really, like Jake said, when you really spit the facts and you compare the things that we go through compared to what YAHAWASHI went through, it's like, what are we really even going through? Because the scriptures tell you, I'm not even going, but it roughly paraphrased, it says that a light affliction, which is but for a moment, man. Light affliction.
That's in the chapter.
That's in that chapter?
Yeah.
Con, now you got it, brother.
I'm going to continue reading down to it.
Yeah, you got it. Light affliction. You got it, bro.
It says, verse 10, always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Yahawashi, that the life also of Yahawashi might be made manifest in our body. Okay, because through the spirit of Yahawashi, okay, and through our faith, this truth, it rejuvenates us, day by day. It resurrects us. Okay, because like the brother Y you just said, we're down, but we remain not out of the fight just yet, because Yahawashi, through the spirit of Yahawashi, he strengthens us to endure, okay, to the last second of the fight, that 15th round. And right now, as of April 2022, right now we're in the championship rounds, because we clearly see that this fight is almost over, but the worst of this fight is yet to come, because we see Esau Edom getting ready to come down with that sword. He's getting ready to make war with the saints. Matter of fact, the war with the remnant of the saints, rather for that testimony. All right, and so, hey, we got to get ourselves, like all the afflictions that we're going through now. Hey, trust me, we ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till Jacob's trouble hit. Wait till when we're gonna go into these supermarkets and whatnot, and not hardly see any food on the shelves, or not hardly these gas stations when they run out of gas. That's when our true tests and temptations and afflictions are really gonna kick in. But
Right.
through the spirit of Yahawashi, He's gonna help us out to make it to the end of that fight.
Yeah.
You know.
And the scriptures, like Daniel 7:25 said, he's gonna wear out the saints, man. We getting worn out, man. He's we're the epitome of slaves, man. We embody the actual idea of being a slavery and being oppressed, man. But through that, would you rather be a slave that doesn't know he's a slave, or a slave that knows he's a slave and has a solution how to get out of slavery? You 2/3, you don't even want to accept the fact that you're a slave. Oh, I'm a king. I'm Pharaoh. I'm this, Mr. CEO. I'm self-made. I'm YOLO, Mr. YOLO. Nah, man. Scriptures tell you Jacob thou worm, man. A worm has nothing to defend him, man. No defense system. That's us, man. You gotta acknowledge that, Jake. That's a step. That's one of the prerequisites of calling on the name of the Lord. Because if you don't acknowledge that you're a slave, how are you going to accept the fact that the Most High, that whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, was a dark-skinned man from the tribe of Judah, man? You gotta,
All right. This verse 11, 2 Corinthians 4, verse 11. For we which live are always delivered unto death for Yahawashi's sake. Okay? Delivered unto death for Yahawashi's sake. All these things that we go through in our daily lives, on a job, financially, in a household and whatnot. Okay, we go through all these things for Yahawashi's sake. It says that the life also of Yahawashi might be made manifest in our mortal flesh. Okay?
life. One more time, bro.
God.
It's beautiful, man. So we're living. Every one of the men of the Lord are a living testimony of what Yahawashi went through, man.
Yep.
So when you see us, you see Yahawashi, man. Whether you want to accept it or not, whether you just using us for face value and saying, "Oh, he looks like this. How could the Lord be dealing with him?" Each and every one of our walks is a testimony of what Yahawashi went through, and the scriptures tell you that. It tells you, be ready to give answer, man. For the light that is within you. That's Yahawashi, man. We're ready to give answer at a moment's notice to what to why we look like this. Why do we carry ourselves like this? Why do we conduct ourselves like this? Our anastrophia, where does it come from? The world wants to know, right? It comes from the life of Yahweh. Why Yahawashi, man? Yahawashi, man. You got it, bro.
The servant is not above his master.
That's right, man. We're going through the same tribulations, man, but it's just on a lesser scale because the scriptures tell you light affliction, man. So we ought to be. That's why Paul said he's glorying in his infirmities that the Lord puts him through, but because he's being dragged through the ringer for righteousness' sake, man, for a righteous cause. The Lord puts our bodies through all types of madness, man. Unspeakable things. And yet we still stand today because the undefeated champion, Yahawashi, is in our corner, man. Yahawashi just waiting. You know how they got the boxes in the corner? And they be all prepped up. And they have their nice, glorious Bagheera on. And you be like, man, damn, man, he finna whip some ass. That's how Yahawashi is, man. And he ain't gonna lift up no sword or instrument of war, man. He's going to try that wine press alone and get the business clear for you jakes out there that don't believe, man. You got it, bro. And you heathen nations that are scoffing against us saying, where's your great king? You're out on the highways and byways on the four corners of the earth, across the four corners. But we're yet to see this dark-skinned, woolly fro hair guy come through the clouds, man. Well, just wait on it, Jake. Wait on it. You got it, bro.
All right, I'm going to read verse 11 again. 2 Corinthians 4, verse 11. For we which live are always delivered unto death for Yahawashi's sake.
Always. Continually. You got it, bro.
It says that the life also of Yahawashi might be made manifest in our mortal flesh. Okay, our mortal flesh. You know, this flesh is subject to all types of death, diseases, okay, unspeakable things. All right. It says, verse 12, so then death worketh in us, but life in you. Verse 13, we having the same spirit of faith, according as it is written, I believe and therefore have I spoken. We also believe and therefore speak.
That's right, man. Yahawashi was the ultimate test of believing in the Lord, man. He was quoting himself, man. Yahawashi comes in the volume of the book. When he was taken up, all right, and he was going through different trials and tribulations that tested his faith, ultimately he relied on the scriptures, man. The words that were spoken out of his mouth were direct quotes from the scriptures, man. And that's how we are. We speak this way because we believe in this, man. We believe America is coming into a bitter end that's going to be followed by nuclear missiles. We believe all hell is going to break loose. We believe the storehouses are going to be empty. We believe this charagma is going to be fully implemented. We believe that this dollar is about to crash, man. We believe that all these naysayers, these 2/3 that are speaking against this truth, is going to backfire on you, man. We believe that that juice and that jab that you put inside of your body is going to backfire on you, man. And we speak on it. We edify it, man. These are the same things that the men of old went through, but not only did they speak on it, they were catching hell behind the scenes, man. Just for their love and their what's that word I'm looking for? For their loyalty to the Lord, man. You got it, Al.
All right. So verse 14, knowing that he which raised up the Lord Yahawashi shall raise up us also by Yahawashi and shall present us with you. So the same Heavenly Father Yahweh that raised up Yahawashi is also going to raise us up, okay, through his power and miracles. Okay. All right. Verse 15, for all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving of many rebound to the glory of the Most High. For which, God, verse 16,
for going to 18, bro?
Yeah.
God, you got it.
All right, Con. I'm gonna try to just read through it then. All right, Con. Verse 16, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish.
Yeah, man, we look rough, all right? We look beat down, bags under our eyes for no sleep. But we've been up all night studying the scriptures, going to sleep, watching videos, watching history documentaries. All right? Yeah, we look, but that's the story of an underdog, man. That's the story of Yahawashi. Was not Yahawashi beaten? All right? Laid slain on the cross was not Paul, like Paul said he was shipwrecked. But ultimately, who got the W in the end, man? The men of the Lord. You got it, bro.
God, it says, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. The inward man being in spirit. You know, our spirits are being renewed and strengthened and refreshed day by day. Okay, with these, this word, these rivers of living water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, because banging you up, like, you go into it all the time, how we could be feeling a certain way. You know how you feel when you get off the clock. Oh, man, fuck this guy. How the brother feel, you know what I'm saying? Different infirmities. But once the words start coming out, we get that, ooh, well, you know what? I don't even feel sick no more. Yeah. Man, that stuff on the job, shit was nothing, man. You know, but ultimately this word, when you get it into it, you got to chase after this. You can't put it aside and just let it collect dust, man. You got to seek this thing daily. Search the scriptures daily, like the scriptures say. The men of the Lord were searching the scriptures daily to see if this was so, man. To make sure they stay intact with this word and keep going and laboring. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 17, for our light affliction, that's your scripture right there.
Light affliction.
For our light affliction, which is but for a moment.
But for a moment. Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter says, in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, man. First Corinthians, Salaki.
15.
Salaki. In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, man, the last trump, the dead shall be raised incorruptible, man. That's us. That's what we're waiting on, man. So there's a saying that says, help me out, it's like some impossible might take a little longer, basically. Like, we could do something today, but the impossible takes a little longer, roughly paraphrasing, meaning you gotta endure and strive it out for something that's greater than impossible, man. And that's what this truth is. You got it, bro.
Verse 17, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and an eternal weight of glory.
Which is the kingdom. An exceeding and eternal weight of glory, that's the kingdom. That's being a joint heir with YAHAWASHI, man. So we going through bullshit on this side, catching holy hell, but it can't compare to the glory and the weight of our rank in the kingdom, man. Have any of you brothers been a king over the nation of Moab or the nation of Israel, putting them in slavery and putting them in subjection?
Nope.
I haven't either. That's what we're waiting on. Have any of you brothers had 10,000 Edomites as your slaves?
Nope.
Putting them in order? No, man. That's what we're waiting on. We're not waiting on the next festival, the next party, the next holiday, man. No, man. That can't work in nothing in us. We're waiting on this. We're waiting on whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, which is YAHAWASHI, the undefeated champion, who's always on our side and has been on our side to come and speak on our behalf, man, with lots of blood. Go ahead, bro.
Because, all the afflictions that we go, the glory that we're going to receive in the kingdom is going to far exceed all the hell that we go through in this current kingdom. All right. So verse 18, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, temporary, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Which is the kingdom, which is YAHAWASHI. Have we seen YAHAWASHI? No. We've seen our brothers who are examples of YAHAWASHI. We haven't seen it. Have we seen the Most High crack those clouds?
Not yet.
And deliver us on our chairs? But soon to come, Jake. All right? So the undefeated champion, YAHAWASHI, is in our corner, man. All right? Lord willing, this message was edifying. We're going to turn to face the east. We give infinite honors and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem, HaRakakwadash. Double honors to the positive great millstone, who rule well and teach well and are worthy of the double honors. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last seconds of time. Kwam Yashala, Baba Bob, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Until next time, Akim, Lord willing, this message was edifying. Shalom.